Hey guys, Nick from Long Island Wargaming, and this is a different type of battle report. We're going to do a live video stream-ish kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead. This is going to be myself with the Skaven, 2,500 points, and Chris's Orcs. You're not even in the frame, Chris.
I'm not in the frame.
There you go.
Hi.
All right, cool. So Chris, let's go through what you got real quick here.
Okay, I got a rock lava, 2 rock lavas, 2 doom divers, 5 goblin wolf riders with spears, 6 regular trolls, a unit of 40 night goblins with hand weapon, shield, and a banner, and nets, and then I have 40, not 40, it should be 35, I have extra models on here, 35 black orcs with a orc great shaman with fencer's blades with a spell scroll. I have a unit of 20 night goblins, a night goblin BSB, as well as these are proxied, these Noblar are proxied for a unit of 20 squigs from Squig Herd with 7 night goblins. These are proxied for Snotling pump wagons, both with the extra d6 move plus 1 strength also. Another 5 wolf riders with spears, and then a unit of 40 savage orc biggins.
All right, and then anything special about your deployment you want to share?
I think I'm okay.
All right, cool. So I'll go in. I've got Rat Dart, Slaves, Lightning Cannon, Rat Dart, Plague Priest with Plague Monks and Furnace, a little bunker unit that I'm not really using because the BSB is in this unit right here, so he can use flaming attacks against the trolls if necessary. Help Hit Abomination, we have a Poison Wind Water, Warp Fire Thrower, Slaves with a Chieftain. In this unit there's an Engineer with Lodestone, Engineer Halberd, Grey Seer, and then BSB, so that's all packed out. And then Doom Wheel. So I have avoided those Savage Orcs all the way down there. Hopefully I don't see them like last game.
Okay, so I have, for my Orc Shaman, I have Gaze of Mork, which is the signature that was just errated. I'm looking to see how this does in this game because it's not as useless as it was. I have Fists of Gork, which is going to buff my Shaman up. I have Hand of Gork this game, which would be great for getting the Savage Orcs up here because there was a wall in the middle of deployment, so it was difficult to get everything across the line. And then I have Here We Go, which is going to let me miss to hit. And then I have Curse of the Bad Moon on my level 1 Shaman. And he also has a Ruby Ring, so I have Fireball on him as well.
Skaven Magic, the Plague Priest has Pestilent Breath, the Seer has Warp Lightning, Curse of the Horn Rat, Wither, and Bless with Filth, so I decided to go a little bit of Ruin, and he's going to be up front instead of in the bunker unit, so I can get Warp Lightning off no problem, and then the Dreaded 13th if necessary. And a quick roll, I get 2 Warpstone tokens. Quick Vanguard moves, and then we've got the Gutter Runners down there. Alright, Orcs get turn 1, and this is their movement. Everything essentially moves up full.
And the Wolf Riders charge the Rat Dart.
And the Wolf Riders charge the Rat Dart.
Alright, so Orcs and Goblins, the rest of the turn, Magic Phase. I rolled 2 1s for Winds of Magic. I attempted the Ruby Ring on the Hell Pit Abomination, and I didn't do any wounds, so it was a very bad Magic Phase, not so bueno. And then we did shooting where my rock lava exploded over here, misfired, exploded. I did a doom diver where I did 1 wound to the plague monks and I did 2 wounds to the furnace. And with my other rock lava, I did 4 wounds to the warp lightning cannon. And then in close combat, my wolf riders defeated the Rat Dart, ran it off the board, and now they're sitting there almost off, but they're still on. I'm pretty sure that's the end of my move, or the end of my turn 1. End of Orc and Goblin turn 1.
So for Skaven turn 1, movement and charges, the Hell Pit Abomination goes into those Wolf Riders. The Doom Wheel goes up towards the Trolls. And then, let's see, nothing else too much going on. The Giant Rats will move up a little bit. The Engineer will come out to shoot or overshoot for the Black Orcs or maybe hit the bunker unit. And then really the Fire Thrower is probably going to shoot at the Trolls, and then hopefully the Doom Wheel and the Gutter Runners can kill some Trolls.
Oh man.
So for Skaven Magic, Blessed with Filth onto the Plague Monks. Chris lets it through to save his dice, but then I Irresistible the Dreaded 13th onto these guys right here, killing a lucky 13 Black Orcs. And I miscast, killing 4 guys down here. So for Skaven shooting, the Warp Fire Thrower falls short, so I'm not able to get rid of that regen. The Doom Wheel rolls a 2 against the trolls, which is useless, and then I get 1 poison sling through onto them so they take 1 wound. You can see here there's no Black Orcs left. The Doom Rocket goes ahead and kills, how many? Enough.
I want to say 9.
Okay, and then that's after the Dreaded 13th, and then the Poison Wind Mortar went ahead and killed a few more. And then the Lightning Cannon went ahead and killed, I don't know, maybe 1 Savage Orc and 1 Goblin or something.
Yeah.
So not a big deal there. But pretty devastating shooting from the Skaven this turn. And in combat, the Hell Pit goes and destroys the Fast Cavalry and moves right up to the Black Orcs.
So the Orcs and Goblins turn 2 movement. Wolf Rider rallied. Wolf Rider's behind the Skaven. Now the Pump Wagon over here came across the field toward this Hell Pit, hopefully for next turn. Everything else kind of just moved up. That Pump Wagon from there moved over. I reformed my orcs, my Black Orcs, because there's not enough of them anymore. The Night Goblins kind of stayed where they were. They moved up a little bit. Bunker shifted over, and I think that's it. Oh, and the Trolls came up, charged his Warfire Thrower, and he killed 2 Trolls with it.
Nice counter shot.
Okay, so Orc and Goblin turn 2 magic phase. So I ended up rolling, if you remember previous turn, I rolled double 1s for power dice. This turn I rolled a little bit of an upgrade. I rolled a 1 and a 2. So there were 3 power dice this turn for the Orcs. I tried to cast Hand of Gork to get my Savage Orcs up so that they could be in position to charge next turn, but Nick Dispel Scrolled it. So then we moved on to shooting phase, and I shot my Rock Lobber right on top of his Hell Pit, and ended up only rolling a 2, and the way it would have moved, the 2 inches would have still clipped the center on the Hell Pit. So I got my, strength 9, I wounded it. He did not make his regen save, and then I rolled 6 wounds, so the Hell Pit died. And then
it did not come back to life.
It did not come back to life this time, if you all remember a previous video. I'm sure Nick will addendum this to link back to the video where I screened my head up. So the Hell Pit's gone, and then more Doom Divers shooting at the Plague Monks. I think I only killed 1 Plague Monk as the final result of that whole shindig. Pretty sure it was only 1 Plague Monk. Then over here, in our close combat, the Trolls killed the Warp Fire Thrower and are now into the Clan Rats in a position where, luckily I think we said that they're in a position with the slaves where the Clan Rats can't pivot to make that charge, so I'm in an okay spot over there. They're going to play Slap and Tickle for a little while, so that's the end of Orc and Goblins turn 2.
Skaven turn 2 movement, not too much. I'm gonna ignore the trolls. Hopefully the slaves could just kill them and slowly grind them down. I couldn't make a charge on them. And the Doom Wheel unfortunately failed his charge. And the engineer pops back into the slave unit. Maybe he'll do some redirecting later. Skaven magic, Warp Lightning does 2 wounds onto the Pump Wagon, and then Curse of the Horn Rat gets off, but Dispel Scroll negates it. Skaven turn 2 for shooting. The Gutter Runners go ahead and only inflict 2 wounds, so the War Machine is still alive with their slings. Leadership test has failed here, so he shoots, so he does Strength 2 hits and kills, I think, 2 Night Goblins. And then the cannon goes ahead and kills a couple Squigs, a couple Goblins, and 2 Savage Orcs down there. Anything else for shooting?
I don't think so.
Alright, and then over here, the slaves get grinded down a little bit. I'm able to kill a troll, and I am steadfast with Leadership 10 reroll, so they stick.
Okay, so Orcs and Goblins turn 3 movement. Charges, the Squigs tried to charge that unit. They failed just barely. This Pump Wagon with 2 wounds went into the Giant Rats. That Pump Wagon went into the slaves over there. Everything else moved up except for the Black Orcs, which I'm not interested in them dying right now quite yet. So then that moved up. I think that's it, right?
Yep.
And that 1 wolf went all the way over there. Okay, so Orcs and Goblins turn 3 magic onward. For magic, the Orcs rolled 6 dice, a 5 and a 1, into which Nick channeled 2 dice and I channeled 1. So it ended up being 7-7, this is not a good game for Magic for me. So then I tried to cast Hand of Gork on the Savage Orcs to get them up, still, and he dispelled it with 7 dice.
Yes, you got it off, but
I got it off, but he dispelled it with 7 of his dice. So then, close combat. Oh, shooting. Shooting, we had more shooting at the Plague Monks, which is, since this is part of our practice games for the Crossroads tournament coming up, I'll say that I kind of have been just looking at the Plague Monks as the only intimidating unit really left on the battlefield. So I shot all of my shooting at it, did minimal damage. When right afterwards, Nick, being the true sportsman he is, goes, "Why didn't you shoot at the Doom Wheel?" And so, note to self, the Doom Wheel should have been shot at this turn by everything. But it's okay, you learn. So, shooting did minimal damage, maybe 1 or 2 Plague Monks died with the 3 batteries. And then, what else happened? Close combat. So we had the one pump wagon over there champion it up, kill the whole slave unit, or make them run off the board. Then we had this pump wagon destroy the giant rats, run into the Plague Monks, hold them up. Oh, shooting actually killed the warp lightning cannon, right?
Yes, because I think a dive doomer off shot.
Yeah, a doom diver scattered into it and ended up actually killing the warp lightning cannon. So after I charged it with the wolves, there was no need for that combat there. So warp lightning cannon is done, and I am feeling a little bit better than I was before. Not good, but a little bit better than I was before.
Even with the engineer, the slaves rolled a 9 instead of an 8, so I'm kind of missing my bell with the leadership.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And oh, by the way, the trolls over here.
Slaves did awesome.
Slaves did awesome. They managed to do so many wounds. I mean, so many 5/6s. It was pretty insane to the point where I gasped when Nick was rolling. So yeah, but the trolls are still holding. Hopefully, I don't lose another one. I need to keep that 1 wound off me. So yep. End of Orcs turn 3.
Skaven turn 3 charges and movement. These clan rats back here charge the fast cav, but they flee and do not redirect into the pump wagon because they failed their charge. Doom Wheel goes ahead and moves into there. Back here we've got the Gutter Runners, probably going to go finish off that War Machine, maybe go deal with that bunker unit later. And just these guys move up a little bit, and then I'll use the line of sight of the parent unit to shoot at the Savage Orcs. For Magic, to Dread 13th was cast onto them, but was dispelled. Oh no, I didn't even get it off. And then Blessed with Filth was dispelled by Chris. For shooting, this thing kills 3 of them. And over here, this guy decides to blow up and kill a bunch of clan rats and a bunch of Plague Monks. Also, the Gutter Runners finish off the Doom Diver. So combat was a grind here. The Pump Wagon kills a handful of Plague Monks, 7. And also the toughness test just kills the thing outright. So that's that. Over here I kill a couple guys and we tie. So both these units actually fail Animosity for Orc turn 4, which is obviously not good because look where they need to go.
Animosity, they failed. The Savage Orcs just stood still. The Squig Herd actually rolled a 6 on the Animosity fail, so they got their free 4-inch move and they charged into the Plague Monks forcibly. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got an okay magic phase this time, really not helping me with the dice today, but basically I didn't get anything off. I tried to cast Hand of Gork, Nick dispelled it, and then I tried to cast Fist of Gork on the Shaman, but they only had 1 dice and he failed. Then, where are we? We're on shooting. Shooting, I shot everything at the clan rats. Did 1 wound to the clan rats, and then the rock lobber scattered into the Plague Monks and killed 3? I think 3. Yeah, they killed 3 Plague Monks, so it's okay.
And this thing, Pump Wagon, compulsoried in. I don't think we mentioned that.
Oh yeah, it might not have. It compulsoried into the, it random moved right into the Plague Monks, so.
Great.
Yeah. Fuck you, Nick. I don't understand this. The trolls basically wipe out the entire clan rat unit, leave a few there. Nick needed double 1s, and he, of course, rolls double 1s to keep them there. So, close combat here with the Plague Monks went very well for me. Good impact hits. I think I got 8 impact hits. I did 6 wounds with the Pump Wagon. I did one wound in close combat with the pump wagon. Nick is pretty much forced to use the plague banner right now because he has to get a use out of it. And I killed, and he killed all of my squigs. But since he didn't wipe out the unit entirely, I got my D6. The squigs blow up. So I did 2 wounds to the plague monks, 3 wounds to the clan rats, and I did 6 wounds to the slaves in the back. That explosion was very good. I got an 11 on the radius for the explosion, so it happened to hit everything. Very good roll by me. So that's the end of Orc turn 4 combat.
So Skaven turn 4 movement. I kind of don't have much left. I still have all my heroes and whatnot in this clan rat unit. I wanted to conga line this. I'm not sure if I could put 3 guys in front of it and everyone else behind, or if I could just put them all behind, because it has to go in the front rank. But the command also has to go in the front rank, so I don't know what takes precedent. Maybe somebody can list some comments below. But yeah, so let's see what happens. Alright, so magic was a little bit more redeeming. I got the Dreaded 13th on front of the Black Orcs, and they dissipated. Crossroads gives you a lookout, sir, so the caster survives.
Yes.
But the unit still is destroyed, so we still went ahead and put the clan rats out. I don't know how they're going to rule that, but realistically the caster would have died without that change to the rules for their tournament. And then I went ahead and did Warp Lightning from a Grey Seer onto the guy, and I only did 1 wound instead of 2, so he's still hanging there with 1 wound left. And I forgot to mention, these guys go in to attack the bunker unit. So I am able to kill a troll, and Chris is able to kill 5 guys, but I roll a 3 on General's Leadership, and I lost by, what, 3?
Yeah.
I lost by 4, essentially.
Yeah.
So I need to roll a 3 or lower, so I actually stick here, which is great. Doomwheel misfires, but he gets an extra D6 for the rest of the game, and I kill a couple guys, but he's steadfast. And then down here, oh, can't forget over here, the Doomwheel crew, or the rats or whatever, actually kill the BSB. I rolled 2 6s.
Not BSB, the caster.
The caster. So the caster's dead, and then over here, the gunner runners go in and kill the BSB. So I'm able to kill 2 heroes this turn, so I'm kind of bouncing back a little bit. I mean, you can see I still don't have too much stuff. The Savage Orcs still haven't touched me, so hopefully they don't. Go for it.
Okay, so Orcs and Goblins magic phase. In the movement, did we do movement?
No, so
okay.
Movement.
Okay, so movement, everything moved up as much as it could. I got the Wolf Riders out of the way of the Clan Rats. I moved the Shaman into the Savage Orc unit just so it couldn't be singled out with Dreaded 13th. And then for magic phase, I Hand of Gorked the unit all the way forward up to where it is because I want it in combat. That's pretty much it for... well, I got a good magic phase. I had 11 dice, so I had some time. Great, now I have it. So I then cast the New Gaze of Mork, which I did 3 or 4 wounds with. And then I did... I tried to cast some other spells that didn't go off. Then I got my Rock Lobber and my Doom Diver on the Clan Rats. Did a couple wounds. And... that's... oh, the Trolls. One over here. They still are stuck in this combat forever, and we didn't do that yet.
Alright, so let's do the Night Runners. And the Gutter Runners break those guys, but don't chase them down. Alright, so for charges, these guys make it away again. Both these units have to go in. It's an all-in at this point. I'm probably going to lose this game. And down there, I got a flank charge in with those new Clan Rats. Alright, so these guys got Irresistible Wither casted onto them. So the Savage Orcs are now at... Toughness 3. Now we're going to roll for my miscast.
Roll your miscast
and at this point, I'm actually hoping for a large template strength 10. A 2 and a 5. What do we got?
Small template strength 10.
A 2 and a 3 is 5.
Yeah, small template strength 10.
Great, hold on. So I lose a bunch of Clan Rats and only 3 Savage Orcs die.
3 attacks apiece?
I think so. Yeah. So over here, the goblins are gone. The Doomwheel has restrained, and I ran them down. And now on to this combat. Alright, so pretty messed up here. The Clan Rat's actually stuck, and these guys are going to go ahead and run, and the Plague Furnace is dead. So for Orcs and Goblins turn 6, the Trolls failed Stupidity, so they're sticking. These guys didn't make it off the board. They're still here. They're there, and then the Goblins on the far fled. and I caught those guys all the way down there, and the Doom Wheel on my turn 6 can come in and maybe do something.
The trolls rolled a 1 for their stupidity.
Yeah, they could have rolled in, but they didn't. All right, so we're down to this many guys. We're gonna go ahead and see if I roll Snake Eyes. Nope. So I am fleeing. Chris has to pursue. He's frenzied. I roll 7.
Here's mine. I want you.
You got him. So we will close out the game with the Doom Wheel hitting this right there, but not really doing anything. These guys are all right here, so it ended up getting a lot closer than we thought. Down there, these guys end up just chilling. Kill a war machine down there with those guys, and everything else is kind of fled off the table. So the big chunk of points that Chris has here is the Savage Orcs. So it looks like he'll get the victory. We'll calculate victory points. We're not going to put it up in this video because it's a 20-0 system, so whatever it would come out to. But either way, fun practice game. Swang back and forth a lot.
I thought I was dead turn 1. I thought I was dead.
Yeah, so that's a lot with my games. It always looks like Skaven's going to win right away, but then, you know, they just end up losing. So, but good game. Chris needed a win anyway. He hasn't had one in a very, very long time.
Very long time.
So I'm not crazy about this kind of format with the live camera, but I mean, let me know what you guys think. It'll be easier to edit, but I'm not sure what people will think. So great. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Alright, so just some afterthoughts. I know that you guys, a bunch of you already put some comments up on the list video just saying what you think. So I'm going to take a lot of that into consideration. I did play a second game today with this list, so you will see it twice. But anyway, of course the misplay with the fast cav wasn't, you know, a game changer. Chris does deserve victory after the last like 5 games of me just beating the shit out of him, so congrats to him on that. A big thing is the Hell Pit Abomination would have done nice if it rolled just 1 more inch into the Black Orc unit and didn't die before doing anything in combat, so that's pretty devastating. But that's just the way compulsory works sometimes. I did forget to use the Iron Curse icon a couple times, and after remembering once or twice, I actually, you know, did a little retroactive roll to see what would have happened, and I rolled 6s to actually save versus some of the war machines that Chris was shooting at me. But since we're doing this tournament practice, we want to make sure that we, you know, live with our mistakes. So I, you know, would have actually had that Plague Furnace a lot longer than I would have thought. The Savage Orcs wouldn't have killed it as perfectly as they did. So, oh well. And then the Savage Orcs was a big grind. I was able to kill enough. I was able to kill a lot, I should say, but not enough to make a difference. Thinking about that, maybe I should not have gone for the all-in and charged with the Plague Monks and the Clan Rats. Maybe I should have taken a second round at the dreaded 13th, because honestly, I could have wiped out 14 guys there alone, just based on an average of, you know, 14 on 4 dice. So maybe I should have done another round of magic. So maybe and then I could have actually done the shooting attack with the Plague Furnace. So I'm gonna count that as an error, that charge. But I mean, at this point, I just wanted to get the game over so I can move on to the second game for the day. But anyway, that's definitely an error on my behalf. The Gutter Runners could not catch anything, which just caused me to keep them busy for like 2.5 turns trying to chase down, you know, goblins and whatnot. So they weren't able to get themselves back into the game. But other than that, it was a pretty good game. And then again, just let me know below what you think about this format, doing a live camera. I know we speed through a lot more quicker. I don't know how people like that. I don't know, not my favorite thing to do, but I usually try to use my digital SLR camera, but the lighting with this ended up making the HD Handycam not too bad, but this video is going to take forever to render and upload, so we'll see how that goes. But comments, questions below, please, and of course, if you have not liked or subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Thanks, guys.